Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Capricorn. So, Capricorn, as usual, I'm doing your reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. Okay, Capricorn, you are being electrified in a sense. Your reading today feels like you're tuning into a certain specific line of thought or kind of like a field of study or like a body of knowledge that functions in how do I say, like it flows, right? It's not a static, stagnant type of knowledge or information, right? It's like there is this packed information that flows. And the moment that you tune in, it's almost like you're absorbed to that flow and your mind is blown essentially. So it starts with an interest or a curiosity because of the Nine of Wands that is beginning your reading today, Capricorn. And this is talking about something that is getting your attention and making you turn your head, right? Just like this, the helmet of the knight. So there's something that is just sparking this curiosity in you that you're interested in. And it's like, it's almost like you're just, you know, uh, coasting along your life, right? It's like you're not doing anything extraordinary, I want to say, but there is something extraordinary that is just calling you and making you turn your head, making you turn your attention towards it. Because with the King of Wands coming next, this is sparking this. It's almost like I'm seeing this as your, the hair in the back of your head, or, the hair in your arms all standing up. So it's like this very curious information or discovery, perhaps, that is not only very interesting, very instigating to you, Capricorn, but with this crown all perked up, it's like it's something that it makes sense to you. And I feel like this is something that is you tuning in to the right frequency. I know that the Two of Pentacles has nothing to do literally with that, but actually what I'm seeing with the Two of Pentacles coming next is the entryway, in a sense, to this maybe electromagnetic field of something that you have had already interest in, something that is, it's like related to this body of knowledge, to this line of work, to this kind of thread for you to study and just dive deeper into it. So I feel like there's something external that is making you turn your head towards it. And it's like this curiosity of, what is going to happen? Just like a child, it's almost like this childlike mind that if you touch something that you don't know exactly what it is, it's like you're being transformed by it. It's like, so it's like, a small child, putting their fingers in this plug, right? Or like an electric outlet. This is how I'm seeing the Two of Pentacles. And because the Nine of Wands is coming next, there's so much fire here. It's like there's a lot of curiosity coming from your part. It's like there's something that is incredibly instigating, inspiring, and just curious, maybe peculiar. It's like something that is very different, right? It's like it's standing out. Like maybe as you go along your day and nothing very extraordinary shows up, it's like you're just continuing on. But the moment that something very different shows up, it's like it is instantly getting your attention and just making you turn towards it in a way that is like this instant download perhaps, or it's like this instant inspiration, right? It's like there's something that is being lit up inside of you, and I want to say most of all in your crown or in your mind, right? Is something that your eye, it's like here is focusing in your eyes, Capricorn, and here is focusing in your ability to process it mentally, or like your, maybe we're talking about like this cognitive process of making sense of the information that you're just starting to pay attention to, that it's just calling you, right? But it continues here with the Nine of Wands. So the moment that you touch, that you plug into this electric field, to this electromagnetic type of field, right? It's like you're connected to it. You're connected to this stream of electricity, which is coming through as knowledge, right? Is coming through as like something that, it's interesting because the Nine of Wands, usually, you know, I was shown this image of this card as this path of flowers, but actually today, because of all of this electricity and like this plug that you're just connecting to by, you know, driven by your curiosity, Capricorn, it's like this is coming through as like this it's not it's like a stream of electricity. I don't know how to explain that. It's like maybe what's inside the electrical system inside a wall, right? It's like there is this invisible type of stream of consciousness perhaps that is electrifying you, right? It's like the moment you touch it, the moment you tune into this frequency, and I want to say it's like it's filled with information. It's like how electricity is like moves or flows, right? It's like that invisible information. I don't know how to explain that. I actually don't have like much knowledge about it. It's like what I'm picking up intuitively, and I feel like maybe there are a lot of things that, you know, you too, Capricorn, won't have like the vocabulary to explain what you're seeing or what you're receiving, but it's like it's very strong. It's like it's very it's like awakening in you. It's like these shocks, right? It's like these constant shock waves, right? But it's like epiphany after epiphany, and it's not like this one big strong epiphany. It's almost like these mini shock waves. I don't know what I'm saying right now, but it's like, you know, receiving a type of shock, right? When you plug into this system of knowledge, right? Into this field of knowledge that is sending you signals. Actually, this is what is coming through the next card, which is the Judgment. And the type of signal, actually, let me already include this one because they're actually creating one scene or one picture, which is like an emotional signal, right? With the Judgment and the Three of Cups. So, oh yeah, something that I wanted to mention about the Nine of Wands is that this card yesterday came up for Sagittarius, I believe in the extended, or might have been in the first part, I can't remember. But what I do remember about the Nine of Wands in the Sagittarius reading was that this was talking about a sewer system. That was the image that came through for Sagittarius. But for you, Capricorn, it's coming through as like the electrical part of it, or like the magnetic field, or like this type of invisible system that is made of wires in a sense that conduct the information, right? It's like it's coming through as like these shocks, right? So it's almost like, okay, so that's the thing, it's not shock. I feel like the better word that I just received right now is like impulses, right? Impulses of information. And I want to say it's like it's constant. That's the reason why it might be very different than what you're used to seeing, reading, receiving, but it's something that makes sense instantly. It's almost like it's not like your ears are perked. It's like your entire brain is active, right? It's like your entire crown chakra is activated to receive each shock, to receive each impulse, because the flow is free, right? It's like this wire. It's interesting because for the Sagittarius reading, it was coming through as like an underground system, but for you, for some reason, because of this plug image, I guess, it's coming through like inside the walls. So it's something that has been kept from view. It's not something, you know, it's invisible in the sense that is buried inside a wall. I don't know what I'm saying right now, Capricorn. It's so encrypted. It's almost like each impulse, it's going to be an emotional signal that will make you understand that there is something that you should do with this information. Okay, so this is what the Three of Cups is talking about. So these constant waves, the moment that you tune in, and I feel like this is, it's almost like you can choose, right? And I feel like you are choosing to stay connected, right? To place your fingers in this outlet or in this plug, or like just connect to the stream of information, right? But the moment that you take your fingers, it's like the shocks or the impulses stop. So it's like there is a conscious, I want to say, decision to keep tuned in, to stay there receiving the shocks or the impulses and receiving the emotional signals, because this judgment is talking about the signal. So I'm seeing it as like a constant like the same rhythm that the information is coming as an impulse, as a shock. It's actually signaled or like liberated, released by this judgment. It's almost like this is coming through as like this automatic type of rhythm. It's showing me like this factory, right? This industrial process where everything is automated and there is like this constant signal, right? It's like things are working in a very systematic kind of way. And it's interesting because since yesterday, this was already coming through here, right? It's like there was this, well, for Sagittarius, there was this active effort coming from a group or a person that was investing and managing the resources to keep the flow going, because this was the main purpose, right? It was not just receiving the impulse, but passing along. And so for you, Capricorn, I feel like you're not building the system, right? It's like you're plugging into it, you're connecting to it. And that's the reason why you're interested in, it's like you're interested in the system itself, you're interested in the logic of this signal, or like how this works, right? It's like you're connecting to something that is already out there in the world, that is already working, is like this existing system, this existing electric field, electromagnetic field that is, you know, already conducting and passing along the information. But the reason for this connection and for your choice to keep connected, right? Because as I said, it's like you could just remove your fingers from this plug, from this outlet, and you would, you know, there would be an interruption, right? It's like the information would cease, like you would not receive any more of the impulses. But it's like you choose to stay connected, Capricorn, because there is the emotional factor that for you, it's something that maybe it's the part that you're not understanding, right? Maybe you're wanting to understand like the mechanism, or like the method, or like the wires, or like the nature of the impulses. But what it's like the Three of Cups with the Seven of Swords, it's like the part that is yet not understood, or is yet to be discovered, right? Didn't I say that this is like a discovery, like this system of passing information or passing impulses that might have been like invisible to you until you connected to this plug, right? Just instigated by your own curiosity, by your own interest in something that is invisible, right? It's like the desire to understand something that is not easily perceivable, right? It's like you have to investigate, you have to, jump into it, you have to be connected to this system. So, but the part that is still like this, it's like this open question, right? It's like something that you haven't received yet the impulse to understand this part. And I want to say it's like it's what is releasing this command, right? Which feels like this emotional signal. So it's like, even though this is like this automatic type of releasing the impulses, right? This system that functions in a very automatic rhythm, right? But really what is behind it is like this Three of Cups, which is like, okay, so this card is my card for co-creating from the heart, right? It's talking about a co-creation in a sense, but the impulses, which is interesting because being, three hearts, it's almost like the impulses, the electric impulses are actually being signaled because there is like this joining of three hearts, and three hearts together co-creating in the same heart frequency. This is what signals the impulse. This is what, releases the impulse. So I feel like this is what you're having maybe a hard time really understanding because of the Seven of Swords. It's like because the Seven of Swords is coming through as the crown seen from another perspective. So this is talking about like what makes sense to you personally, right? This is something that is you with your own mental process, right? Your own process to try to understand what you're seeing, what you're receiving, that might be very different from the usual, right? As I said, that's the reason why you turn to it in the first place, because it's out of the ordinary, right? It's something that is not something that you've seen anything like this before, right? So that's why it's so interesting to you. But that's all like this internal mental process until you receive a signal that you cannot really identify, because it's talking about like an emotional signal, and that is like the core of like this automatic system, or like this automatic releasing of the impulses. It's like it's what behind the flux, what is behind this flow of impulses, right? And I feel like this is, you're meant to know this for some reason, Capricorn, because it is supposed to wire your own brain, right? It's like the reason why you are connecting to it, why you're so driven to stay connected to this body of knowledge, to this stream of knowledge, it's because it's giving you the impulses, although still unanswered or not fully understood by you, that are actually awakening in you. It's like these are talking about like neurons that are being sparked, that are being like awakened, or like just activated, right, by each impulse. Because each impulse, it's actually coming from this co-creation, which I feel like maybe you remember when I was talking about, it's like you weren't the one who created the system, who designed the wires, who organized that or built that, right? But in a sense, you have such an interest, such a connection to it, because energetically, I want to say, or emotionally, your heart is in it, right? It's like you feel like it could be something that you would eventually come up with, or like you felt in your heart that you could be part of this co-creation, right? If it's almost like if you weren't there from the beginning, like you're just inserting yourself now, but it makes a lot of sense because you are like the impulses that you're receiving are igniting some sort of higher frequency in terms of your heart, but also in terms of like the oh, what is the word? It's like the nervous system, right? The nervous system of your body, of your brain, of your entire self is being ignited, is being awakened in a very unique way that is like tuning you to the right frequency for you to be part of this sending out of the signal of you co-creating as well this impulse, if it makes sense. I know that this is very abstract perhaps, but it's like there is something that you're reading about, that you're just getting to know, or that you're just coming across. It's a knowledge that makes so much sense to you that like it's very logical for you. It's like parts of it are like this constant aha moment, right? It's like having an aha moment after the other, after the other, after the other. And it's like these small shocks that are not overwhelming you, but actually they are connecting and wiring your own system, your own internal mind that is, it's like tuning you in to become part of what already exists, that you in a sense are connected to, right? Because it resonates with you, it resonates with your frequency, it resonates with your understanding of things in terms of like concepts or ideas or like patterns, or just like feeling part of it, right? Feeling that you are meant to do something with it, right? Or I don't know, with maybe with others, maybe the ones who created this system, right? But there's something that you're certain about because your curiosity is, it's like full in it, right? It's like you're really immersed in this research, in this which it might be something that is unexpected, because as I said, it's like you're just turning your head towards it, right? So it's not like you were actively looking to find anything to study, or a book to read, or a channel to watch, or a message to be received. It's like you were just, you know, coasting along, and you weren't really asking for it, I want to say. Maybe you were, but unconsciously perhaps, right? And when it clicks, when this thing just gets your attention, it's like everything starts like working, and your wires and your neurons are all perked up, right? And things make sense because it's like one epiphany after the other because of this, you know, these mini shocks, or these continuous impulses that you're just connecting to, right? So I am going to pull more cards for you, Capricorn, and I'm going to pull from the astrological runes as well in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.